Hello and welcome to the EUC Show. It's your man John here, and this is the only show on the internet devoted to all things EUC, the place where you can come to be both educated and entertained, and who knows, maybe even find yourself along the way. It's News Roundup, the part of the show where I take a look at EUC headlines from around the world. To start with, people may have been alarmed to see this notice advising Begode customers to look out for dodgy editions of the T4, warning of a mechanical problem known as status slip that could result in death. These are strong words of warning, the sort that even Putin would consider a bit over the top. I looked up what a status slip is, and it says, as the speed of the rotor drops below the status speed or synchronous speed, the rotation rate of the magnetic rotor increases, inducing more current in the rotor's windings and creating more... What? Bored now. The thing to remember is... or death. And it turns out this is not an official post. Begode's official website is as helpful as Donald Trump's tax return, with news items that only seem to get updated each cycle of Halley's Comet. So who knows what to think? Begode, if you are watching, please be a bit more vocal. And Rhino Motors, based in Beaverton or where? Couldn't they remember, or did they fall asleep as they wrote their address down? Anyway, they have released footage of a funky looking new device which reminded me of something I had seen on a kids movie a few years ago. They call it the Rhino, and with a tyre that looks like it fell off the Batmobile and would only turn a corner if you were prepared to lean on it like you were wrestling an alligator, this is certainly an eye-catching new ride. Will it start to get new customers? Will it win over any EUC riders? No. It's got a 10-mile range. 10 miles. I've got watches with bigger battery capacity. Even my first 9.1e did 12 miles. Rhino, the future you were promised. And a future that was delivered about 10 years ago and is now history. Good luck, Rhino, Beaverton, or not. Now it's time for Riders and Sliders. Here's where I show you some footage of people showing off their skills or getting senselessly hurt. First off, credit goes to this legend, Michael Henry, who believes that you can just do stuff, and then does it. But in a positive way, not like slapping old ladies or putting custard in your wellies. No, he can do cool stuff on an EUC. Nice work. Then there is this absolute bunch of clowns. And I know exactly what is happening here. A group of riders get together and one of them is really good, can do all the tricks, can ride through the tough terrain, jump over logs, no bother. So he says, come on guys, give it a go. But you've just spent $4,000 on a new wheel and you don't want to smash it up. But he's like, come on John, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, Ian, I don't want to damage my wheel. And he's all, stop being a pussy John. And I'm like, but Ian, I think if I do it I could fall off and hurt myself. And he makes some sarcastic comment about how old and pathetic I am. So you give it a go and you smash up your wheel. And the last clip is evidence, if ever it was needed, that stupidity will triumph over ability any day of the week. Here we see two legends battling out to see which is faster, the Master or the S22. And it was going so well until the S22 decided enough was enough. Time for a quick lie down in the dirt, and then it ran over its rider just for good measure. The whole piece was only made better by the cameraman improvising some yodeling as a distress call. Either that, or he was trying to trick his mate into thinking an ambulance was on its way. And here's the part of the show where I trawl through social media, bringing you the best and often the worst of what it has to offer. This time I'm going to show you two female riders who take polar opposite approaches to how to ride an EUC. First off is this impressive specimen of overconfidence. She clearly thinks that less is more when it comes to protective gear, but at least she's wearing a helmet. I think this is what people on the internet call clickbait. However, I know what's happened here. It's that in these times of global financial crisis, She's made the only sensible choice available and sold all her clothes to buy a new EUC, so let's give her some respect. Going in the opposite direction, here we have another rider, this time from California, who has gone all out on her protective gear, and good on her. But in both cases, most of you have ignored the women entirely and are instead looking at the wheels thinking, those aren't the factory foot plates. I wonder which version of the power pants she's fitted there. That looks like a GoPro Hero 10. Well done fellas, we're making great progress. And now it's time for Readers' Lives. This is the point where I read out some of the comments I've received on my recent videos. So here are some comments from the last episode. David Ivicek gave me some fantastic praise. And Hughes Cormier was equally as flattering. While good friend of the channel Tim Lake called me out on my statement last time when I said I was not sure if I could condone racism. Yeah, maybe he's got a point on that. And here is a comment on a recent episode of Wheel Life where I was helping you to win any argument with anyone who thinks you should not ride your EUC. Graham Buchan found the whole thing hilarious, and from the look of how he is incapable of spelling Graham, I don't think he should be smoking any more weed. Well, that's it for this time. Thanks for watching. Please add your comments below. Tell me about the funniest EU experience you've had or the sketchiest moment, and who knows, if it makes me laugh, you might be on the next show. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like, hit the bell for notifications, and ring your mum more often. Come on guys, you're better than that. Love you, bye!